We've got some breaking news that there were gunshots fired near Donald Trump. The campaign released a really cryptic statement, but there's been more reporting since. Here is the statement. President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. Now, that is a really irresponsible statement. It leaves so many questions. And if you're not going to provide what actually happened, it leads to more questions than it does answers. A lot of people are wondering if this was targeting Donald Trump, if Donald Trump was in some sort of crossfire. It is really just like an irresponsible way to handle what is a very important communication. And to me, is another example of the many millions of examples we have that this campaign and this potential administration should be nowhere near the White House. Imagine if this was some type of breaking news pertaining to national security. You want to have every single piece of evidence lined up. Now, thankfully, there has been more reporting done, but it's not like the campaign was transparent about what was happening. So Reese Gorman from the New York Post is reporting that 2 people exchanged gunfire outside of Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach. The shooters were targeting each other, and the gunfire was not targeting Trump. Why couldn't the campaign have said that? It was about a half hour of people wondering if there was something that happened to Donald Trump. The Secret Service is responding to a shooting near Donald Trump as he left his golf club in West Palm Beach. President Trump is safe. This is the same statement. Safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. 2 people exchanged gunfire outside of Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach. The shooters were targeting each other, and the gunfire was not targeting Trump, their sources says. Sources said that Trump was never in danger and that the shooting happened in an area outside the club that is known for high crime. It comes almost exactly 2 months after Thomas Matthew Crooks shot Trump at a rally on July 13th, wounding his ear. It's actually unclear, if Donald Trump got shot during that incident or if it was a ricocheting of glass. So just to be clear on that. But one thing, I think the Donald Trump campaign was trying to be cute. They wanted to move beyond the cats and dogs. They wanted to move beyond J.D. Vance's terrible performance. They wanted to move beyond the debate. And they said, oh, there's a gunshot near Trump. Let's be as vague as possible. And hopefully the media will catch on to it. And it will shift the narrative. I think they were trying to shift the narrative here. That's why they did something as vague as possible. And CNN and MSNBC both took this coverage live. Obviously, now we know Donald Trump was... He was in the vicinity. He could have just been in the same area. We don't know. I mean, this is a campaign that lies through its teeth. So that's one thing. I guess my question for all of you is, who wants any more of this? It's just nonstop chaos. This is just the latest piece of chaos today. We have earlier today, J.D. Vance admitting that they lied about a story.
You again started this in part by saying that, at which Donald Trump repeated on the debate stage, that, and he didn't say anything about the policies that you're talking about. He just said Haitians are eating dogs and cats. Can you affirmatively say now that that is a rumor that has no basis with evidence?
Dana, the evidence is the first-hand account of my constituents who are telling me that this happened. And by the way, I've been trying to talk about the problems in Springfield for months, and the American media ignored it. There was a congressional hearing just last week of angel moms who lost children because Kamala Harris let criminal migrants into this country who then murdered their children. The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. You had one interview with her. You talk about pushing back against me, Dana. You didn't push back against the fact that she cast the deciding vote on the inflation.
And then just moments later, Donald Trump wrote this. He is 78. Wrote, "I hate Taylor Swift" in all caps. And now we have this chaos here. Who wants this anymore? Who wants this anymore? It's just so I'm just so over it. Aren't you over it? Meanwhile, we have Kamala Harris, who is actually focused on people and has a responsible team who are measured. She herself is measured and responsible. That's the type of leadership I want, not someone who's surrounded by chaos. I'm glad no one was hurt, but to be quite frank, it seems like the Trump campaign is doing everything they can to get people hurt. The way that they're attacking the residents of Ohio and now Taylor Swift. You don't think what Trump wrote earlier about Taylor Swift is going to maybe put her more in harm's way? And then the chaos of this, where we are in an environment where misinformation is running rampant. And they, instead of being as clear and concise as possible with communications that are this important, they're very vague to let misinformation spread before the truth comes out. I'm sick of it. We have got to do something differently.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?